Yes guys, welcome back to another video from the Link Up podcast. Today, it's a big video. We're going to be giving you our 26-man England squads for the upcoming Euros. So yeah, make sure to like, subscribe.
Comment down below of your England squads as well, who you think. Do you disagree or agree with us? Probably be a few disagreements on a few of the picks, but yeah, we thought we'd come up with our own ones and we go from there.
This is starting off with the goalkeepers. Traditionally, there's three goalkeepers. So I'm intrigued to know who your three goalkeepers are. I'd assume there's one nailed down spot.
Yeah, and that's Jordan Pickford. Yeah, I think for the last 2-3 tournaments, he has been our England's best goalkeeper by a mile when he does play for England. Yeah. So I think he's nailed on number one, maybe for this tournament and even the next tournament.
I just think now there's just not enough English goalkeepers playing well enough at the top level. He's just clear. There's a few in the Premier League that are playing and outside the Prem, but yeah, I have Pickford as well. Okay. So what are your other two goalkeepers?
I have Aaron Ramsdale because he's the best of. I wouldn't say a bad bunch, but he's the best of what we've got under Pickford.
Someone that maybe hasn't played a lot of football recently, but he's sort of good in the dressing room and stuff like that, and I think he's clearly Pickford's number two, and also I think his ability to play out from the back,
even shot stopping as well. You know, whether he gets a move in some ways, a different subject itself. But yeah, number two, I've got Aaron Ramsdale.
Okay, now third goalkeeper. Now
I reckon we've got something different here.
I think right now there's only a few really. Yeah. But I just think third goalkeepers don't matter too much because they're not going to get a single minute in the tournament. No. But I've gone for Jack Butland.
Oh wow.
Okay. Which is, I don't know if it's a bit rogue, but I just think out of the rest, I had 3 other goalkeepers in mind. Sam Johnson would have probably been in my squad, but he's got an injury and he's going to be out for the Euros. I was thinking of Dean Henderson for Crystal Palace as well, who's played really well. Like they've been hitting form as of recently. And I had James Trafford, but he's been dislodged from the Burnley squad. So I've gone with Jack Butland. I think he has 9 caps for England. He's been playing in European competition for Rangers. He's been on a title push. I know they're probably not going to win the league in Scotland, but yeah, I've gone with Jack Butland just for the experience factor.
I've gone with a man you already mentioned, Dean Henderson.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Just because how well he has played for Palace.
Yeah,
and he has got game time. And I think he about 26. In a few years' time, he could maybe be England's number 1, number 2. You don't know, but we can build him up to that.
The reason I didn't put him in is because he's only got 1 England cap, and I just think to have 2 goalkeepers that just don't have a lot of experience.
Why is it none of us have picked Nick Pope? You know, it said he's meant to be back for the Euros.
The thing is, he has been back. I think he's been on the bench as of recently in the last couple of games, but I just maybe I'm contradicting myself with the Ramsdale shout, but he hasn't played enough games. I just think because he's injured.
Yeah,
at least Ramsdale's been in training for a long time at a top level, and he's been in and around the England squad the last few camps. Whereas Pope's been in the squad, not been in the squad since the World Cup. Right, so we're going on to the defenders now. Yeah. This is where the video can get a little bit messy because we might not have the same amount of players in defence, midfielders.
How many players you got in defence?
I've got 8 defenders.
I have also got 8 defenders.
Okay, so I've gone 2 right backs, 2 left backs, and 4 centre backs.
Pretty much what I've done.
Alright, so what are the 2 right backs you've gone for?
So my right backs are Kyle Walker, and I know in previous videos I haven't really liked this player, but Kieran Trippier.
Why have you not?
I think like back end this season.
He's still like one of the top assisters.
Top assisters, and that's
defensively he hasn't been awful, and I just think he's such a trusted player for Southgate, and he can play left back and right back. I've got Walker and Trippier in my side.
I think they're the 2 nailed on.
Yeah, I think in the future I'd love to see obviously Reece James if he can get injury free. Ben White I'd absolutely have in my squad.
Yeah, if he actually got on with Southgate, he'd be the first name on the team sheet for me.
I hope after the Euros he makes himself available, especially with I think Kyle Walker's going to be retiring from international football.
I've heard that.
And obviously Walker and Trippier are in
they're about similar age,
33, 34 years old. So yeah, right. 2 left backs. Who have you gone for?
Chilwell and Shaw.
Yeah, I've gone with Chilwell and Shaw as well. My only concern with them is how injury prone they are.
And how inconsistent they both are for their club.
At the moment it's come out that Shaw's had a little bit of an injury setback. So I think he still might be back before the end of the season potentially. But
it's not long left, there's only about 2 games.
Chilwell's I think's been injured since the last international break, or he's only been back once.
I remember in that international break he was awful. Against Belgium, against Brazil, he got ran riot.
You guys have any other suggestions and play?
Put them down below.
Yeah, because I really struggle with the English left.
If you put Tyreek Mitchell, I'm just going to say no already.
Alright, centre backs, I've gone with 4.
I've also gone with 4.
Do you have Stones in there? Surely you do.
He's the best centre half we've got.
Yeah, he's absolutely
He's brilliant.
Do you have Harry Maguire?
I do have Harry Maguire. In an English shirt, he is really good.
Cool. So Stones and Maguire, I think they're nailed on. I just think Maguire for England, he just performs. He steps up.
As soon as he steps in that English shirt, he's just a different player. And to be fair, as of recently, he hasn't actually played too badly. I know.
He's not been on.
Take away that Palace game.
Yeah. Now, I'm intrigued to who your
centre half. Well, I can put it this way: after what I saw against Belgium, Lewis Dunk is nowhere near it. We can get him straight out. If people win any Brighton, no offense to Brighton fans, he's just, for me, I don't rate him.
He plays well for Brighton. I just think he's not been up to the level in the last few games. So one of the centre backs I've gone for is Ezri Konsa.
I've also gone Ezri Konsa.
Cool.
I think brilliant.
One-on-one defending, his stats are like one of the best in the Premier League.
Oh, yeah.
He can play right back as well. He can cover that. And I just think he deserves it. I think in the friendlies in March that he played,
he done well when he came on for Walker in that Belgium game.
I think definitely in the future he can come into this team and do really well.
100%.
Who else have you got? What's your last centre back?
I've gone for a bit. I've gone Jared Branthwaite. Now,
I don't hate.
I could have put Dyer, but where I'm not going to say I watched the Bundesliga loads. I don't, so I haven't seen enough of Dyer for me to put him in. So for me, I've gone for Jared Branthwaite just mainly because Branthwaite will be one of our centre halves of the future once the likes of Maguire and Stones retire.
See, I've gone with Eric Dyer, and I don't know if that's going to be an unpopular one, but he's played so well for them. The Champions League games I've seen of them. And he's getting in the team a lot. He's getting over De Ligt, Upamecano, and
Upamecano I can understand.
But they've got some good centre-backs. And look, he's got nearly 50 caps for England. He's very experienced. I just think I was very close putting Branthwaite or Gahey in. From
Gahey, I don't know. I didn't even think of Gahey.
He's only just come back from injury, so.
You also got Tamori in there. Tamori, I know he's injured. But
we've got a few centre backs. I just gone to Eric Dyer just for that experience.
I think the two options we have are safer options than say putting Tamori.
Yeah, I haven't gone out there with these.
We've both got 7 midfielders as well. So moving on to midfielders. So if we just go for the
two obvious ones. The two obvious ones.
Rice and Bellingham
absolutely have to be in there.
Talking about Bellingham, he is the best midfielder on form in the world at the moment.
We've said that
every time I see that man play, he's unreal. And even Declan Rice, been the best CDM this year.
Well, we don't need to talk too much about
that. No, they speak for themselves, them 2 picks.
Not only are they in the squad, they're starting absolutely.
Right, now for another one, I'm going to say who I put Trent in.
Yeah, I've gone with Trent.
I've gone Trent.
See, my only concern with this England team is this third centre midfielder spot. Like the two other ones, like Rice and Bellingham, are so obvious.
Yeah.
You sort of need that balance, and so many different profiles of midfielders. Sort of what do we need?
And with Trent, I think he's just like him on the ball and his passing range.
Yeah, I agree.
He's unreal. Like I know he has played that role at Liverpool when he has been fit, where he moved into that kind of centre mid role. Or sometimes he has started there, but sometimes he has come from do what City do, put their fullbacks and make them inverted fullbacks.
I'd definitely take Trent as well. The only question is, has he played enough games, sort of starting in midfield enough for England, for his club? So
I wouldn't start him. I wouldn't start him.
It's just, I'd like to see, especially in sort of warm-up games, see what he's like in that. I think the only games he's played in there is against Malta and North Macedonia. You
can't judge someone.
I've no doubt he could do it, but it's just So I've got Trent as well. I've got Conor Gallagher as well.
I've got Conor Gallagher.
I just think
he's done quite well for Chelsea.
Bit of a workhorse.
Yeah. He's such a Southgate player.
Yeah, he is.
He's such a Southgate player.
Even though he didn't play as well in the recent friendly against Brazil, I just think his work rate on and off the ball. He was quite important in the way we were sort of pressing Brazil in that first game. I know we lost the game, but if you watch the way he pressed up against them, I think was really, really good, to be fair. So a lot of people have been calling for this guy to be in the squad. I've got Kobe Mainoo.
I have got Kobe Mainoo.
A lot of people have been calling for him to be starting as well.
I'd start him. I think he's brilliant.
Yeah, he definitely with a shout. It's just if he can definitely do, because he played that Belgium game so well. Like when he was in there, it's just in an international tournament, can he do it? I have no doubt
he probably will do it.
So yeah, even if it's just for the experience, you take him, but absolutely he can go in and he can start
100%
from the Kobe Minu as well.
We might have a rogue shout in here. I've got a rogue shout.
A rogue shout? What? Who?
Jordan Henderson.
Yeah.
Have you got Jordan Henderson?
I have Jordan Henderson, and I'll explain why.
We've got like the same midfield.
Yeah, Jordan Henderson gets nowhere near the starting 11.
God no, but as a player in the dressing room and as a player,
as a captain,
and to bring on, I'd say to see out a game,
especially with these extended squads. Sort of, you're going to get a few players that aren't going to play any minutes. Like the sort of last two tournaments on the South Africa, I think only 16 to 18 players probably got on the pitch. So you're talking about a good 8 to 10 players that aren't even going to get on the pitch.
No, and Henderson this year will be one of them.
I've just gone with experience on this one, because it is, at the end of the day, it's the Euros. We're probably going to get hate for that in the comments, to be honest. So I have one more midfielder. I have James Maddison.
Do you know what? Let's do that. Yeah, I have James Maddison as well.
He's not been
he was injured, wasn't he?
Since he come back from injury, he hasn't been as in form as he was at the start of the season, but I just think he's been playing really well. I think that if you watch that Belgium game as well, the little pockets of space he was picking up, he was heavily involved. He got the assist for the goal at Belgium.
I agree. I do. I think when he's on the pitch, and especially first half of this season for Tottenham, he was their man that controlled and he created the chances. His little pockets of passes he finds, stuff like that for your wingers and your strikers. And I think it's exactly what we need: someone to bring off the bench, someone to take the game by the scruff of the neck and go, right, let's push the team up the pitch. And I think he can do that.
Forwards.
Should we start with the main striker?
Who absolutely, he's going to be our captain. He's going to be top goal scorer.
One of the best players in the world.
He's going to lift the trophy in July. It's Harry Kane. His first ever trophy is going to be the Euros.
I hope so. I hope, because he can't win anything to Bayern. 40 goals.
It's something like 41 or 2 games.
It is.
It's probably
ridiculous. I know it is the Bundesliga and people will call it a farmers' league. Bayern didn't even win it. He's got 40 goals in all competitions and Bayern haven't won anything.
He's our all-time England goal scorer, and we don't need to
say too much on him. It's Harry Kane.
I think with this one we've got so many strikers that are performing so well. I've picked altogether 3, so Harry Kane, and I've picked 2 other strikers.
So have I.
And I was between 3. I was between Ivan Toney, Solanke, and Watkins.
They are the 3 that was.
And I've gone definitely for Ollie Watkins.
He's been the best striker, one of the best strikers, if not the best striker in the Premier League.
In the Premier League, he's got the most, I think, combined goals and assists.
It's unreal.
I think he's something like 3rd or 4th. I think he got 16 goals and something like 10 or 11 assists.
From a guy who played in the Championship for Brentford, and since he moved on to Villa from Brentford, he has been another level.
He's been steadily. He hasn't been this unbelievable for like a long time.
I think he's always been that player.
Last season he had a good season, I think, and I think he's slowly built up to this player he is now.
And Emery's got the most out of it.
He's also a different profile to Harry Kane. Like he sort of likes to run the channels as well. He's a great goal scorer as well. Of course, there's no doubt on that. But I just think his ability to his assists as well. He's just a different profile to Harry Kane. I've gone Ollie Watkins as well.
Yeah.
The other one, it was Solanke's got like 18, 20.
It is hard because I do really like Solanke this season.
I assume you've got. So I've gone with Ivan.
I've gone for Ivan Toney.
But it's solely on how he performed for us, and also his ability as well.
He's so similar to the way that he is the
Kane ideal
was before the injury.
He is the ideal Kane backup, and that's what with England squad is so important to have different sort of profile of players for if someone gets injured or if something's not working, the ability to change it and have different sort of profiles for that.
Yeah,
it's really important. But I just think Ivan Toney,
he's a poacher, isn't he?
Yeah, he's a poacher. He's penalty taking. You don't really need to.
I back him in a penalty shootout.
Ridiculous. I've gone with Kane, Watkins, and Ivan Toney as my striker.
Solanke
I feel bad.
Narrowly miss out. It's so close, but I think he'll just.
I was in the end between Toney and Solanke after that. So we're on to our wingers now.
Yes.
So Phil Foden's absolutely in there. He can play number 10. He can play right wing. He can play left wing.
No, according to Southgate, he can't play number 10 because he never played
Well, actually, if you look in the Belgium game, he actually ended up
playing
number 10, and he was picking. I mean, he was sort of coming in and he was picking up really good spots in that middle, and he was really hurting them. And that looks like in the future something really exciting. Phil Foden's in the starting 11 wherever it is. He can be in goal if he wants, but he's
25 goals and 10 assists in all competitions.
Yeah, he's absolutely there. I think another obvious one is I should know is Bukayo Saka.
Oh yeah, he's got 18 goals.
Yeah,
from what I've
remember. He performs for England as well. I think he's got 11 goals in 20 odd caps or 25 caps.
You think back to the last Euros and you think of how tragic that was for Bukayo Saka, for Jadon Sancho, and for Marcus Rashford. Saka has been the one that outshone all of them after it. He's the one that picked himself up. And he's just skyrocketed since then.
And he's taken a lot of penalties sort of since that Euro.
He's the penalty taker for Arsenal now.
He's not let that sort of get him down or anything. And he's really flourished, especially this season. It's going to be unlucky if Arsenal don't win the Prem. But he's been solid this season. And he gets like a little bit of hate because a lot of people talk about like when he misses a game or when he doesn't perform in a game.
He does the little lips, doesn't he?
Which I haven't noticed, to be fair.
It is very noticeable when someone points it out, but
quality player. He has to be in there.
He has to be on the plane.
One of them I've gone for is Jack Grealish.
See, I haven't gone for Jack Grealish.
You haven't gone with Jack Grealish?
I haven't gone for Jack Grealish.
Okay, do you want to explain? I mean, maybe I'm the one that's like going to get hateful with Jack Grealish and maybe I'm not.
Because I'm not... Is that your backup left winger?
Yeah, he is. Yeah.
Mine's Anthony Gordon.
I've got Anthony Gordon in as well.
Okay, I've got
I've got Grealish and Anthony Gordon as my sort of backup. Why haven't you got Grealish first?
Why? I don't think he's played enough games for me. And
enough games.
Yeah, enough games for City. I know that. Not as in like compared to last season. I mean, compared to last season, he hasn't played a lot of games, and I think Phil Foden has shone in the position he has been, and he hasn't really had that.
I don't think Phil Foden had because.
And then obviously Doku is also taken that side as well.
But I mean, he's been playing a lot of games as of recently as well, and I just think if you look at his output in tournaments for England, like that Euros, every time he was pretty much on the pitch, it ended up in a goal. Mention as well, Anthony Gordon, who I have in my
He's done brilliantly this year for Newcastle. He's been a stand-up player in a you'd say a relatively poor season considering what they had last year, but it's not been that poor of a season.
Yeah, I think he's on the plane for me. I've got one player left. I was between quite a few. It wasn't just between this player and Jared Bowen. Well, it was between Palmer and Bowen.
I have Palmer and I have Bowen.
They're both right midfielders.
They are, but Palmer can play in that 10.
In that 10 role as well, he can.
He's played most of his games
on the right.
But he cuts in. He's kind of like a free role play. He's like what Eden Hazard was for them a few years ago. That kind of role.
I haven't got Bowen in my squad.
Why haven't you got Bowen in your squad?
I think ultimately, when I look at my squads, I had to have Palmer in there. Obviously, I had to have Saka and Foden in there. Grealish, I think, for his experience and how he's played for England. Bowen really impressed me in the friendlies and how he's played in England. I mean, I could have dropped Grealish and put Bowen in there, but I just think
that's essentially what I've done.
That's if I think. Yeah, I mean, people probably agree with you more than me. To be fair.
No, it's all opinionated. I do really like Grealish.
He's got like 20 odd goals.
That's why I put him in. He does score goals, and I know he did have that offside goal against Belgium and stuff like that, but he does score goals. He can play striker. He can play on the wing. He's one of them that he can play all across the front three, and I think he does a job.
It's difficult. It's really tough. Let us know who you guys have in your squads. Please put them down below because this is tough. Like the amount of talent England has in these forward positions is ridiculous. Let us know what you thought of our two squads.
Put your own down below.
Put your own down below. Make sure to like and subscribe. And yeah, we'll see you in the next video. Like.